We start our Winter Olympics update with men's hockey, where the quarterfinals are all set. Sweden defeated Latvia 5-1 in Tuesday's playoff, advancing to face the United States in what figures to be a tough draw for the Americans. All four quarterfinal games will be played on Wednesday, culminating in USA-Sweden at 3:10 p.m. Eastern. Elsewhere on the ice, Italy outdueled the United States to capture gold in the men's team pursuit speed skating final. They defeated the same trio from Team USA that set the world record in the event back in November. It was the Italians' first gold in the event since '06 in Turin. On the women's side, Canada won the gold medal for the second straight time, defeating the Netherlands by more than a second. The United States failed to medal, losing the bronze to Japan. Now over to freestyle skiing, where Norway's Tormod Frostad won the men's big air gold medal. He overtook Team USA's Mac Forehand on the final jump, with the American taking silver. Defending champion Berk Ruud of Norway crashed on two of his runs and finished 8th. And in two-man bobsled, it was a clean sweep for the Germans, spearheaded by Johannes Lochner, who got his first gold medal. Germany also swept the podium in this event 4 years ago. The USA team of Frank Del Duca and Josh Williamson finished 4th. So here's how the medal count looks. After Tuesday, Norway in the lead with 31 total medals, and also they have the most gold medals with 14. Italy, the host country, 24 total medals, 9 gold. For the United States, they're in third with 21 medals, and they have the most silver with 10. Group play is done in the Olympics for men's hockey. Here's how the quarterfinals shake out. The 1 seed Canada battling the 8 seed Czech Republic. We now know it's going to be Sweden sliding into the 7 seed to take on the 2 seed United States. The other two matchups feature Slovakia, Germany, and Finland, Switzerland in the 4-5 matchup. With that, we bring in CBS Sports NHL writer Pete Blackburn for our U.S. men's hockey quarterfinal preview against Sweden. And Pete, the Americans haven't tasted victory against Sweden since 65 years ago. So what are you looking for in this particular matchup?
Well, I think this is a really tough draw for both teams, honestly. And, when you're the U.S., you get the number 2 seed and you're going up against the number 7. You don't expect it to be, I would say, arguably the third best team on paper in this tournament. It was just kind of a turbulent preliminary round for Sweden. And so here we are. It's going to be a tough matchup. But, U.S. is coming out of the weakest group of the 3 in this Olympic draw. And so I saw that as more of a curse than a blessing for the United States, because I think they needed to be tested early on, and they had some roller coaster moments in the preliminary round. So did Sweden, but this is the first real test for the United States here. Sweden is a very, very good team on paper, and they're starting to get a little bit of confidence behind them. They've got a good group in terms of personnel. There seems to be a little bit of unrest with their players and their coaching staff, which could be an issue, but also part of the reason why they've struggled to this point. I would not look past Sweden. I'm not sweating as an American hockey fan because U.S. has the second best team in this tournament, but this is a tough draw for the quarters for sure.
Absolutely. Now, USA goaltender Connor Hellebuyck, he's been a brick house virtually in net during group play, say 40 of 42 shots during that time period, but going up against, as you alluded to, a powerhouse in Sweden, they could bring different challenges to him. So how are you expecting him to rise to the occasion? As you mentioned, group play is one thing where you're in the weakest group. Now you're dealing with some of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, and the conversation around Connor Hellebuyck typically happens when the games matter the most. So regardless of what he's shown in the preliminary round, and I haven't had a lot of problems with Connor Hellebuyck through 2 starts here, he's been really good, but the questions around him surround playoff hockey and elimination game hockey. So his narrative, he has a chance to fix it here in this tournament. He's going to have a strong 3 games if the U.S. is going to win gold. So a really good and tough test against Sweden for this first elimination game. They're going to need him to be very, very good, and they're going to need to be good in front of him.
Yeah, Sweden, one of the top teams in the world country. Yeah, we're talking about the Olympics here, Chris. Get it together. Now, what does Team USA, though, all jokes aside, need to do to get their first Olympic victory over a country they hadn't beaten in over 6 decades?
I think the biggest thing is getting a strong start, because when you look at the United States' 3 wins in the preliminary round, none of them were particularly impressive in the first period, and they've had some issues, some scares, particularly against Denmark, and so I think that is something that they're going to need to correct. And yes, their goal total overall has been strong, 5 and 6 goals per game in the preliminary round, but it took them a while to get going. And again, this is Sweden. This is a team that has a little bit of confidence, is improving a little bit. Do not give them any hope in the first period. Try to get off to a strong start, and I think that that's where the results will follow from there.
All right, so you want them to get off to a fast start, really put the pressure on the Swedes. At the end of the day, Pete, who's going to win? Is it going to be Sweden or USA?
United States should win this game. They should win this game. I think that Sweden has a really, really good team. But I said it at the outset of this tournament. If the United States doesn't make it to the gold medal game, I think this tournament will be considered a failure for USA Hockey, because they have the second strongest team on paper. And this is as close as they've ever been with Canada. They need to start winning these tournaments. And if they're not going to win them, they need to at least get to the gold medal game and give themselves a shot. They should win against Sweden, but based off of what we've seen from the preliminary round, they've been very good, not great. They need to be great for the next 3 games.
All right, you say should. So will they?
I think they will.
Okay.
I think they will.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They will win. Last time they medaled was 2010 when they won the silver. So, yeah, they haven't been able to taste any type of medal, whether it's bronze, silver, or gold, for quite some time. Pete Blackburn, always appreciate the insight, man.
Thank you.
All right, so here are the odds to win the ice hockey gold medal in the men's group. Canada, of course, the favorites at -135. Then you have USA with the second best odds, followed by Finland, and then Sweden in fourth. So, yeah, USA, they should, as Pete mentioned, should be able to get past Sweden and hopefully get to the gold medal game and win it.